Ladies and gentlemen, we're certainly glad to be here tonight.
Welcome to the Moon Men Podcast.
Don't be afraid.
Little escapade of mine involving a couple of planets which shall be nameless.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You pressed record, didn't you?
Yeah, remember when you said that? Remember when you said that you're gonna?
It's gotta come natural.
Yeah, no. Remember when you said we have to reach at least 30 episodes? Guess where we're at?
29.
30.
29.
We're at 30.
Let me double check.
We're at 30, Devin. You're
Hold
gonna
on.
have to sing, big boy.
Hold on.
Take your time, cause I marked my calendar for this.
No, you fucking didn't. We didn't even discuss this. This
Yes.
is just something you're doing right now.
No, we discussed this last episode.
I'm pulling it up. Jesus Christ, it is 30. Oh, fuck, it's the 30th episode.
30 weeks?
31 technically, but 30
Yeah.
weeks. Oh my god.
My throat's already getting dry.
Yeah, mine too. I'm all dehydrated over here. Where's my water?
Over there.
You sound like you're not over there. Over there. Oh, I'm so happy. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'll hear it in post-production, but we have a new audio interface right now, and it's just...
And we're recording in my living room, so if there's an echo, we're sorry. It's just too fucking...
I don't think there's going to be an echo.
It's just too fucking hot in my room, just in case they do.
If you can hear it, I fucked up, but you shouldn't hear an echo. When we tested right now, we didn't hear any echoes.
Yeah.
Did we? Was there an echo?
No, I was too busy laughing at my joke.
It wasn't even a joke. You just ate the microphone.
Ah! There you go.
There you go. Then you'll hear it back and you'll start laughing
Yeah,
again.
I'll chuckle.
No, I'm not gonna sing.
Come on.
No.
Um,
You always tell me I'm a bad singer anyway, so why would I indulge you?
because maybe somebody out there likes your singing.
Oh, a couple of people do, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So listen to the people.
No. Because the people haven't told me to sing on the show.
Devin, if the people tell you to go strip to homeless people, would you do it?
No, not after what happened.
Oh.
I still don't know if I told that on the show or not.
I think you did.
I couldn't find it.
I think you did with Matt's episode.
I could not. At what point did we talk about that?
I forgot, but I feel like we did talk about it with Matt.
If anything, it would have been with Kyle because we were telling stories from when we were kids.
Or Robert. It was either Matt, Rob, or Kyle.
I want to tell it, but I have no idea if we told it already.
I'm confident you. I'll listen. We'll listen back to one of those.
I'm not listening back to those. They're like fucking 5 hours of content right there. Fuck that.
Yeah. So.
I already have to edit these motherfuckers.
Fine, I'll do it.
You listen back. You tell me.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll make a TikTok out of it.
You better not. Actually, I don't give a shit. If you're gonna make a TikTok out of anything, it might as well be something like that.
So it's gonna be 3 minutes since we recorded, and he said he had an opener.
Oh.
You're
Okay, well, I have the first segment that I want to touch upon, but I don't have like an opener. Like I don't have a joke.
Oh,
you know, this is the opening right now.
Oh, okay. I have it. I have a joke. Then.
Okay. Are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what kind. what kind of music do fish listen to? Devin, it's not that fucking hard.
School of Rock?
No, no. Well, yeah, I guess that's a funny answer. No, something catchy.
That's so fucking stupid. That is so stupid. School of Rock is better.
No, it's not.
All right, what's a fish's favorite movie? School of Rock? No.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah, that's a good one. Wait, no, that's like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Ugh, okay. Welcome back to the Moon Man Podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Devin, and I'm here with your co-host, Eddie. Please say something this time. It's our 30th episode. All right. Okay. I guess we're just going to continue this gay-ass trend. And I want to...
That is offensive.
I want to welcome you all to our 30th episode. We're so glad to be here, and we're happy to have you guys along. We're not doing anything particularly special this episode. We're saving some exciting stuff coming up in the future. So just stick. Should we announce anything yet?
No.
Okay, we have some plans for future episodes. So stick with us. But this specific episode isn't too much of a milestone for us. We think the 25th was more of a milestone. So it's just gonna be a standard episode this time. But stay tuned for the 1 year episode and stay tuned for some of these summer episodes. They're gonna be crazy. Anyways, the segment I was talking about that I wanted you to get into was the time you got robbed at gunpoint at your store.
I was thinking about that before you came.
Because I told you to tell this story like 4 different times, like 5 months ago, or whenever we started the show.
Devin, it was like two months.
Whatever.
Like
I'm trying to be dramatic. I told you to tell this story a minute ago, and you never did. And I want you to tell it.
I mean, it's not that exciting.
You got robbed at gunpoint.
Yeah.
How is that not exciting?
It's not.
Like, I would say it's more interesting the time you almost killed somebody, but it's right up there next to it. You know, rolling around the fucking front yard like you're Rambo and shit. It's right up there. So
I guess. So I was working as a cashier at Dollar General at the time, and also I'm just getting over a cold. So if I sound congested,
congested is a word.
what do I sound like right now? Congested?
You sound fine to me right now.
Oh.
I guess I'll see in the audio.
Oh, okay.
But if he sounds off, he's getting over a cold.
Yeah. So yeah, I was working as a cashier at Dollar General, and then some guy comes in and asks for cigarettes, and I turn around to grab the cigarettes, and when I turn back around, he has a gun pointed to my face. And funny enough, the entire time that was happening, the only thing I could think about was like, these guys are fucking with me. My managers are pulling a prank on me.
You didn't think it was real?
I didn't think it was real.
So did he have the gun like pointed straight at you?
Like straight in, like how that mic is to your face right now.
Yeah.
That's how far the gun was pointed to my face.
That's how close it was?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So then what'd he say?
So he's like, put the money in the fucking bag. I'm like, okay. like I said, I wasn't scared. I was just like, these guys are pulling a prank on me. They're pulling a prank on the new guy. Okay, haha. Put the money in the bag. And just to fuck with them, I put the pennies in the bag too.
Did you really?
Yeah. He's like, no, just the bills. And holy crap.
There's a windstorm going on outside.
Fucking tornado.
Did you know there's been tornadoes in Arizona?
No.
Wait, that's sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He's like, just put the bills, and I put the pennies in there and gave him the bag, and he ran off. And it's funny enough because it was one of our days where it was busy, but no one was in the front. Everyone was like inside in the actual store. In the actual fuck.
What the fuck was that? Fuck. Like everybody was like in the back shopping and shit.
Yeah, everyone's in the back shopping. And he left. I'm like, okay, you guys can come out now. And then my manager comes out, and I'm like, hey, what name? Hey, Frank. I just got robbed, and his face just dropped. I'm like, oh shit, this is real.
Oh damn! So like,
so then the
broad daylight. Nobody
no,
knew?
it was nighttime.
Oh okay.
And the procedures are when you do get robbed is you're supposed to get away from the registers and kick everybody out the store. So that's what we did. We got away from the registers and kicked everybody out of the store. But everybody was being a Karen and said, we're not fucking leaving the store. So
I have to buy my $1 chips.
Yeah, so shit like that. And I told him, I straight up told him, we just got fucking robbed. You got to get out. And everyone just left when I said that. No, okay, we have to leave.
Did your manager get mad at you for saying that?
No. I think at the time he was trying to get other people out of the store. But whatever the case, they never caught the guy. And then 2 weeks later, after that happened, we get robbed at knife point. With a new chick, and she straight up quit on the spot.
She quit right afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
Aw, come on. That comes with the job. Like, I don't know how many times I got
But
robbed.
it's funny because I think that was the first time that store got robbed in like 5 years.
It was just the night you were working there.
It was just the night I was working there. It was the first time we got robbed in 5 years.
You know what's crazy to me is it's relatively near your area, right?
Mhm.
And so I wonder if this guy like lives in this area somewhere, and like he's probably seen you like out and about. And he's like,
Maybe.
"Oh my god, I've robbed that guy."
Yeah.
Was he
And-
wearing a mask?
No, he had his face covered with like his shirt.
Oh, okay.
But this was pre-COVID. It was like it was 5 years ago.
yeah.
This happened 5 years ago. But after that happened, I'm like, I have to call my mom. And has your mom ever scolded you for not answering the phone?
A couple times when I was younger.
Like she says you always have your phone on you. You're supposed to fucking answer or some shit like that.
No, they know. If I'm not answering, I'm busy. But when I was younger, I used to get scolded a lot.
Like in high school and shit, right?
No, like elementary school.
You had a phone when you were in elementary school?
Yeah, I had a flip phone because I had me and my brother had to walk to school. Wait, that's a different story.
Oh. And this specific time I called my mom like 6 times and she never answered. Then I called my dad, same thing, he didn't answer. So I'm like, all right, fuck you guys. And I called them and then they came to my job and I came home and then, yeah.
Oh, so you got to leave early?
Well, yeah.
Well, I guess that's one benefit of being robbed.
Yeah.
You see, I've never been robbed at gunpoint. I worked at a AMPM for about a year, and we had plenty of robberies, but never a gunpoint robbery. Never even a knife, which is weird because there's a lot of homeless people in the area, and most of them are really cool. You know, they'd come in, we'd give them like free sodas and stuff because they were really nice. You know, we saw all the regulars and stuff like that, and almost all the robberies were people that didn't live in the area, and they always just did beer runs, right?
That's not robbery, that's shoplifting.
And to an extent, yeah, but there's one guy who tried to come and like take money out of the register while me and my
Also, that's a robbery.
yeah. But I've never been robbed with like a weapon of any kind. Like the most common thing that would happen would be like a guy walks in, he's going to go to the beer fridge, and then he's like, "Hey, open up the fridge." And so we unlock it from our door. And then he grabs beer, and as he's coming up to the thing, he'll like throw something at us and then run out the door. And I always thought it was the funniest fucking thing because my coworker, his name is Felix. He was like 6'3", one of the funniest dudes I ever met. And he was a little on the bigger side, you know. He was a little chubby, so it was always fucking funny because he would hop over the counter like he's a cop. He would hop over the front counter, and his pants were always sagging. So he would hop over the counter to chase this guy, and he'd be like, "Call the cops!" And as he's running out, what the fuck is going on with you? You want to pause? Okay. Oh, this is gonna get nasty. So, he would jump over the counter and he would be like, "Call the cops." Do you want to just pause? Okay. So you'd jump over the counter and he'd be like, "Call the cops," and then he would start running, but his pants were always loose and sagging, and so they would be falling down to his knees, and he's grabbing the front of his pants and trying to keep them up and running like as fast as he can. But again, he's like a little overweight, and so
Like a cholo?
Yeah, kind of like he's running like a cholo, and all of his clothes are like baggy and nothing fits. And so he's running, trying to keep up with them, and he's yelling at them, and then they get in the car and they take off, and then he gets out there. I always just thought it was the funniest thing ever. He was always high as shit too, so he was never like in the right mind state, and he never let me chase after them because every time I tried, he would always tell me to stay back. I think he thought I was gonna get jumped. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because no one would fuck with that 6'3" motherfucker.
Yeah, he was really cool though. I hope he's doing well.
I remember one of my coworkers. You used to work with him. Forgot his name.
I used to work with him.
Yeah.
Wait, he worked
at Dollar General.
and he also worked at AMPM?
No. He worked at the warehouse with you.
Oh, is it
What the fuck is his name?
Little Joe?
There you go.
Yeah.
I remember this one time. some guy was trying to steal toilet paper. I don't know why. Toilet paper.
But okay.
Whatever the case. And there used to be a conveyor belt next to one of the registers. And little Joe was at that register. So he just jumped up, got on the conveyor belt, and somehow jumped from where the conveyor belt was to the door and got at least one toilet paper back.
Really? So he just launched himself and grabbed the. That's dedication right there, especially for a job like that. Like I always loved the idea of chasing after the criminals, but like realistically, I didn't give a fuck if they stole anything because I was stealing stuff from the store every day. So like, I don't care if they stole.
I don't think you should say that. Well, you don't work for the company, so
I don't work for the company, and I told my boss after the fact.
Oh,
but they didn't know. I was kind of a dick. Towards the end, my relationship with my boss got really fucked up, and she was only scheduling me like one day to work a week for 3 hours, and then for like 3 weeks straight, she didn't schedule me at all. So then I quit, and then right before I quit, she wrote me up so I can't come back to the company or something. And during that period, whenever I was there, I was just stealing shit because I knew I was like on my last days. So I'd be taking chips during my break.
Did you put in your 2 weeks?
No, I just quit on the spot. And so I was taking chips like during my break, and I was taking like, you know, sodas and stuff or whatever, right? And then it got to an extreme when I started stealing like vape pens from the back counter. And they're like $20 each. I never got caught though, and now I feel kind of guilty.
I don't think you should be saying this on the podcast.
Why? You've never stolen anything before?
No.
Really?
I've never stolen anything.
In your life?
In my life. So I did accidentally steal something, but I brought it back. I went up to Flagstaff to visit a friend because he was going to school there. And near the school was this like little mall area. And we went in, and they have like a gift shop. And I think it was like a rock I had in my hand that said like Flagstaff, NEU, shit like that. And I was looking at it, and I was holding it and walking around the whole store. So we're leaving the store, and I still had the rock in my hand. So then we're like, oh fuck, we have to go bring this back. So I acted like nothing happened. So I went back into the store, placed the rock where it was supposed to be, and then left again.
Oh man. See, I hate telling all of my mischievous stories because you make me feel like a dick because you haven't done anything.
Yeah, I haven't done anything.
I don't know how you ended up with a bad friend like me, and I'm sorry, but I've stolen too many times. I would deliberately steal. Like in 6th grade, this is one of my stupidest ones, but I went to the zoo with my mom one day. My mom and my little brother, and then somebody else. I went to the zoo with them. And we went inside the gift shop, and we were looking around, and I saw this really cool bracelet that I wanted, right? And then I asked my mom if we could buy it. It was only like $10-15, and she's like, no, you can't buy it. Go put it back. I was like, please, come on. You haven't bought me anything forever. And she's like, no, go put it back. Stop being a brat. And so I was like, fine. And then I went to put it back, and then I stopped. I kind of looked around. I was like, no, there's nobody here. I was like, whoop. And I kind of put it in my pocket. And then I was like, okay, let's just see if I can get out of the shop.
Wait, how old are you?
I was like 12.
Oh, okay.
I was like, let me see if I could get out of the shop without getting noticed. So then we leave the shop. Nobody sees me, right? And then we went to the park that's right beside the zoo. And by the time we left the actual zoo, I slipped on the bracelet. And I thought I looked cool because I had a cool outfit on. I had some like wolf grays on. I had this like cool panda shirt, right? And so I threw on my sunglasses, and I asked my mom to take a picture of me, right? And I did some like dorky ass like pose or something. And she took the picture, and then immediately afterwards she goes, is that the bracelet? And I was like, what? Because I completely forgot I stole it, and I was wearing it on my wrist. And she's like, did you steal the fucking bracelet? And I was like, no. And she's all, let me see that. And she grabs me, and she looks at the bracelet, and she's all, I can't believe you fucking stole this. And so then we had to go back to the shop, and I had to return it. And that was very embarrassing. And then she whooped my ass later that night.
Good.
I'm telling you, the only reason I stopped acting like a douchey kid was because my mom whooped my ass and
Good.
tripped me.
As you should.
But then it came back when I was an adult because then I was stealing from work. Okay, wait.
You were still a kid then.
Well, I was 17.
You're still a kid.
We're
still kids.
I expected more of myself. I would never steal anything now.
Yeah.
And if I ever accidentally stole something, like I would go out of my way to like make amends.
Yeah.
But as a 17-year-old, like I should have known better.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have been doing that.
So,
but I'm still surprised I got away with it. I stole like 3 different vapes from that place.
I remember there was this one time I was working at Dollar General. I don't know why this resonates with me so much, but some dude was stealing diapers. No, that's bad, dude.
Well, no, it's kind of funny, but like, it's funny. The sentence is funny, but the
like so,
having to steal toilet paper or diapers is like sad when you think about it.
Like, so let me finish the story.
Okay.
So the guy comes up to me. He's like, "I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry." He was on the brink of tears. "I'm sorry," and then he just runs out. And I don't know why that resonates. You feel like a dick now, huh?
Yeah, a little
laughing,
bit. Well, yeah, but it's just a funny sentence. Some guy was stealing diapers, and the first thing I saw in my head was a guy in the adult diaper section, like grabbing a stack. But like, with the context now, yeah, that's kind of sad.
You asshole.
Well, I mean, I get it, because when I was working at AMPM, you know.
Do you guys steal diapers?
No, but like I said, a lot of homeless people came in, and so they'd be out in the 120-degree heat all day, and they'd come in fucking like sweaty and tired, and they were trying to pay for their drinks and their food all the time, and I was always giving them like free extra food on the side, even though my manager would like get upset with me, because I could just see in their eyes, and like I could see it on them, like how tired and skinny they were. And because of that, they were really, really cool with me. And so sometimes they would bring me like knickknacks, and I'm like, thanks. I was just doing it, you know, to be kind to these people. But like I get what you mean. You know, you get to see the real struggles out there, the first world struggles.
All right, now we have to move on from that depressing ass topic. What was the second segment you were talking about?
I fucking forgot. I know. I was gonna bring up the tornadoes again in Arizona, but I don't remember.
That's a dead topic.
It's a dead topic. I don't know how we could transition that. So I know it's a little early, but let's do a quick ad break because I want to double check something with the audio, and then when we come back, we'll jump into the music thing. Okay. Are you gonna? Oh, okay. We'll be right back after these messages. And now, time for a word from our sponsor, Deli. Deli is a powder-based energy drink designed to be a great tasting boost that's not going to leave you jittery or crashing. It's got 150 milligrams of caffeine, and it's packed full of vitamins to help you get through your day. It's perfect for gamers or people who are just looking for a quick boost. Like I've said before, I use it before I go to the gym, and I'm in love with it. All of their caffeine is pulled from natural resources, and it just gives me a boost that regular energy drinks don't provide. So, if you'd like to try out Deli, use code MOONMEN at checkout to save yourself 10% off. That's code MOONMEN to save 10% off at checkout. I've been drinking the Galaxy Grenade flavor, and it's one I really enjoy, but they have a wide selection of flavors for you to try. And they have some really nice shakers. So, if you're interested, go check out Deli and use code MOONMEN. Thanks again to Deli for sponsoring the show. And welcome back. Sorry about that. We were doing some quality assurance things. That's what they say, right?
I guess.
Isn't it quality assurance purposes?
I guess.
So, Eddie reminded me on our little break
You're
that
welcome.
we have to.
No, the reason I'm cutting you off because I wasn't. My mic wasn't picking up right now. So I was just jumping in to see if it was picking up.
That's okay. I just
wanted to put that.
Why do you have to tell me that?
You're welcome.
Thank you. We're gonna do album of the day really quickly. So do you have your album ready?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's unorthodox.
I thought you had it ready. You took a whole 5 minutes to prepare.
Unorthodox jukebox. It's because I was gonna say unorthodox monkey, by Bruno Mars, because he has that gorilla right there.
Yeah, that's a good ass pick. That is a good pick. I'll give you that one. To keep it in the monkey theme, I'm gonna say Gorillas by Gorillaz. Their self-titled debut.
Okay.
That's a good ass album. Both of those are good ass albums.
Yes.
I can vouch for both.
The only reason I said that one is because I got that for my as a birthday gift.
You did?
I told you.
The vinyl?
Yes. I told you.
You have both of his vinyls?
Yes.
Now? Can I have one?
No.
I'll buy it off of you.
No.
I'll send you money right now.
No.
Please.
No.
Just let me get doo-wops and hooligans.
No.
Please.
No.
You want to go to Zia after this?
Possibly.
Possibly?
Possibly.
I might be down.
Let's just. It's just I don't trust you in a big car.
No.
Hear me out. I don't trust you in a big car
After
what happened. And Alfred, I'm pretty sure, is on the same boat as me when it comes to you and big cars.
You shouldn't trust me in any car. I've been in 4 or 5 car accidents
That's
already.
very true, dude. that is very true.
Only one of which was my fault, and the rest, I will say, were caused by females. Boom! Sexist joke of the day.
Women aren't good drivers.
They are not.
I'm just adding to you. I haven't used that's on my joke, but I'm adding to
We
it.
haven't done a sexist joke in a minute. so I
Yeah,
was
we
just bringing
haven't.
it
So
back.
yeah.
My sister's like, "You're gonna get canceled," and I was like, "No, we're not. Who's gonna cancel us? Women?"
Oh my god.
Oh shit. I knew you knew
Yeah.
I was gonna go with that. But no, if we go in the truck, we'll be fine. I've been whipping that around for a couple days now, so I'm familiar with the dimensions.
Okay.
Do I really want to make the drive to Zia? Like, I'm down,
And
but
what
I'm
if
also
there's
not
nothing
down.
there?
Yeah. Do you think Bookmans would have doo-wops?
I think that's where I got that.
What?
The doo-wops.
You bought it? I thought you got it.
No,
As a gift.
I bought it.
Motherfucker.
It was either at Bookman's or at Walmart. It was one of the two.
I need to get one of his albums. I love doo-wops and hooligans. Unorthodox jukeboxes. It's good. I like it. It's good. There's some highlights for sure.
For me, doo-wops is his second best album. His best album is 24K. 24K.
It's a good album, but I prefer doo-wops personally.
Yeah, it like I said, it's 1 and 2.
There's no misses on doo-wops.
Yeah.
Like I can listen to it front to back every day. And
Are you gonna sing?
no, I was about to say though, and it helps that I've had a couple different people say that I sing like him.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I have.
No, they're fucking liars.
I'll call them up right now. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, she's a fucking idiot. No,
You think she would lie to me?
Yes.
No.
I'm sorry. I you know who you are. I'm sorry.
She
I
doesn't
love you.
fucking listen to the show.
I'm sorry. I love you. Okay, that was only a joke.
She said I sing like him.
She was trying to make you feel better.
What? Make me feel better? I
Yeah.
wasn't even the one sad.
She was trying to make you feel better.
Why would I need to be?
Top 5 songs of all time.
We're jumping into it like that?
Yes.
Okay. So me and Eddie have been having this running debate for the last year of the top 5 songs of all time. Of all time, right? These are if music didn't exist and you only had 5 songs, the best songs, the pinnacle of music, what would be the top 5 songs?
Granted, I changed my list.
I changed mine a little bit, but most of the songs are similar from last time, so we're just gonna have the same debate.
Mm-hmm.
But I have arguments. Okay.
Okay.
So
Fuck, it's gonna be a debatey episode.
don't say all of them. We'll start it off 5, and then we'll go down.
Don't you think that's gonna get confusing?
No.
No.
Or do you want to list all of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Start from your
5 to 1.
5 to 1.
So the 5th one was hard, and I decided to land on it. But so 5 is California Love by Tupac.
Ooh. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. So we'll go through your list first, and then we'll go through mine second.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's. No. Okay, is that supposed to be your best rap song of all time?
I tried going that way. I tried going from one from each genre, and I guess to an extent I did do that. But
yeah, I did too. But I was trying to choose songs that kind of encapsulate multiple genres
Mhm.
and excel at what they're trying to do.
I'm not saying that's the best rap song of all time.
You would really consider that top 5?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great song. I love the song.
But I just couldn't think of another rap song.
What, if anything, I would put, like, I don't want to spoil any of my list, so if anything, I would put Nothing But a G Thing first.
Ooh, damn. That didn't even come
like, because
if
if you're gonna try to encapsulate, like, the hip-hop spirit where they, like, collaborate with each other, and you're trying to choose a collaborative work, I would choose Nothing But a G Thing before that. I would choose even, Forgot About Dre. Like, there's way better collaborative songs.
Forgot About Dre.
Forever?
Forever is still... Forever still came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but that, like, it still holds up.
It still holds on, but no, I don't think.
But I would say that before California Love. Like,
No.
I love California Love. Don't get me wrong. I grew up with that song.
Mm-hmm.
But Nothing But a G Thing way before that.
No, I honestly forgot about that, but I'm still sticking to California Love.
Okay, what's your number 4?
Stand By Me by Benny King.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. Fuck. Okay, we do have similar lists.
Yeah. Now
Stand By Me.
Now
Why Stand By Me?
Stand By Me, it's just iconic, dude.
It's iconic,
and it's been covered so many times. It's that perfect love song.
What about, like, You Really Got a Hold on Me?
By who?
The Miracles. Well, that one gets covered a lot too.
I have to listen to it. I don't think I've sing it to me.
No, you're slick. You're fucking slick. I almost did too. I was like, Stand By. That's a really good one. I
Yeah.
can appreciate that. Okay, go ahead.
In my opinion, this is the greatest rock song of all time.
Oh god. Okay, wait. Let me prepare.
In my opinion,
Oh god. Okay. What is it?
Chop Suey by System of a Down.
Oh, that is such a good pick. Holy shit, you actually have taste.
Yeah.
I will give you credit for that one because I was struggling
Mhm.
when I was trying to choose a rock pick. I'm like, it's obviously got to be something out of the 90s to 2000s because although the 80s and the 70s had some of the greatest rock bands of all time,
Mhm.
some of the most iconic songs of all time came out of those two decades. And Chop Suey was definitely gonna be ranked in my list, but I kind of
in my opinion, that's the greatest rock song of all time.
it's definitely, dude, I was listening to it earlier. I was literally listening to it earlier.
When I was taking my nap, I was like, I need to listen to something, and I played that song to put me to sleep, which is weird.
That is weird and very offensive, but you know what? Whatever. I'm glad that it's on the list. That deserves to be on there for sure.
I was gonna put Enter Sandman instead of that.
That's a good one too.
But I was like, no, I rather have Chop Suey on it.
Enter Sadman is definitely good, but I think Chop Suey is just a little bit more iconic.
Yeah. Then this is the one I feel like you're gonna give me shit for.
I already know it's coming. Go ahead.
No, never mind. It's not. But Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton.
I don't even think I'm familiar with
No?
that. No.
You're as smooth as Tennessee Whiskey.
I think I've
You're as
heard
sweet.
it.
I have to play it.
Wait, no, please. I gotta sync up the audio. It's gonna take
Oh,
forever.
okay, fine. I'll play for you later.
Okay.
And
I'll
then-
remind you for sure.
What?
I'll remind you for sure.
And then the last one is You Already Know.
Tears for Fears.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World. That is the greatest song of all time.
Okay. Definitely solid list, but I think you missed the last two there.
Well, no, last one, because you don't know what the second one sounds like.
Yeah, I might have actually heard the second one, so that's up for debate. I don't think Tears for Fears made the greatest song of all time.
Yes, it is.
No, they did not. Why? Why do you think it's the greatest?
Because when you think of the 80s, you think of that sound.
No, you do not.
Yes,
That is not the
yes,
first thing people... When you
yes.
think 80s, you think so much more things before Tears for
Like
Fears.
on TikTok, when people are doing like the nostalgia...
Because it was a TikTok
no,
trend.
Listen. When people do like nostalgic videos of like the 80s and everything, they played that song.
So?
It's still the greatest song of
There's so many more songs that came out of the 80s that people immediately recognized before fucking Tears for Fears.
Jump by
Jump?
Van Halen.
That's an amazing one. But I still wouldn't consider that the greatest song of all time.
No. I'm not saying it's the greatest song, but when I think of the 80s, I think of like those sounds.
So Jump by Van
Van Halen.
Van Halen, thank you. And Everybody Wants to Rule the World by
Yeah.
Tears. Those are the two songs.
No, there's more, but I can't think of them.
What about Lisa Lisa and the Cult Jam? Madonna, fucking I'm blanking.
Exactly.
Well, because I listen to 80s music, but I'm not like into 80s music. Like, if anything, I would put Take On
NWA?
Me. No, NWA was 90s.
80s.
No, if
Late
anything, late
80s.
80s.
Yeah.
But they probably only released the single, and then I believe it was their 1993 album. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. But if anything, top song of the 80s, you're like, you didn't even choose Take On Me.
No, I that song is good,
That song is iconic.
but I don't think it's the only reason it's iconic is because they had a cat playing it.
You're right. It's 1988.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking that Straight Outta Compton was 93. What came out in 93? I'm tripping. Okay, I'll give you that one. I did not get that one correct. But I'm still... Why? Why Tears for Fears?
I don't know, dude. It's just that song. I feel like a lot of people would agree with me. Not being the greatest song of all time.
That song is definitely iconic. And it definitely is like a highlight of the 80s. But that's not the first thing you think of when you think 80s.
I that's what I think.
You think Ricky Martin, is that correct?
Yeah, Ricky Martin.
Yeah, I'm thinking of somebody else. You think Ricky Martin, you think Michael Jackson, fucking Madonna, Janet Jackson. There's so many more artists.
Granted, I don't listen to Madonna.
I don't either. I don't think anyone really does anymore.
Yeah.
But like, there's so many more artists from that decade that had like their shine, especially on the rock scene. The pop and rock scene dominated that era.
Mm-hmm.
And Tears for Fears were kind of just like...
They only released one
What
album.
about Africa? Didn't that come out in the 80s?
I was gonna honestly put that, but I feel like it was
It's iconic now.
it's iconic now, but I don't know. I love
That's
the
my
song.
dad's favorite song of all time.
I love that song, but I wouldn't put it in my top 5.
Oof. Yeah, no. It is pretty good.
It's
like
good.
production wise,
It's good.
Okay, whatever. Moving on. I still don't fucking think Tears. If you guys don't even know who we're talking about, you got to expand your music taste. Go give all these artists a listen that we just talked about. Okay? But I still don't think fucking Tears for Fears is like up there that high.
What if
like Queen? What about Queen?
Queen? Honestly, I think it's overrated. But yeah, that's a discussion.
No, they are a little overrated.
They're overrated, and I didn't want to put their music just like Michael Jackson. I didn't put Michael Jackson on my top 5.
I'm surprised you didn't add the Beatles.
I love the Beatles, but I can't think of a song that I could listen to every day. And
yeah, at least for me, the Beatles don't have a lot of replayability, except for maybe Helter Skelter, because it's like one of their heaviest songs, like more rock oriented.
mm-hmm.
But that's just me, and even then, I don't know if I could listen to that every day.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to my list here. Number 5. Wait, how did I have this set up? Okay, number 5, I have "Juicy" by Biggie.
I was gonna put a Biggie song too. That like number 5 was Eminem, Tupac, Biggie.
Yeah, you immediately go to the greatest.
Yeah.
And I considered like putting somebody from our generation in there, but I don't think they've had enough time to like age for any of their songs to become iconic enough.
Like Forever.
Forever.
It needs a little bit more time.
I think Forever. If somebody did put Forever as one of the best rap songs of all time, I could definitely agree with them. Every single verse on there is solid, and it's for the greatest artist to ever touch a mic.
Mm-hmm.
It was Lil Wayne in his peak. It was Kanye as he was up and coming. It was Drake while he was underground, and it was Eminem right after one of his best albums of all time. It was just like
Kanye wasn't up and coming. He was already a name.
no. Well, he just beat Jay-Z with Graduation at that point. It came out late 2009. So this was before.
Graduation came out in 07.
I thought it came out in 08.
No, and then My Twisted Dark Fantasy came out in 2010.
You sure?
Yes. Look it up.
No, that one came out in 2011.
No, that one came out in 2010.
When did 808s and Heartbreaks come out?
2011.
So then My Twisted Dark Fantasy got
Was in
released
2010.
2013. It came after 808s.
Let me see.
I'm pretty sure My Twisted Dark Fantasy came out in 2013, 808s came out in 2011, and Graduation came
Okay, Graduation 07, 808s 08.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy 2010. Watch the Throne 2011. Yeezus 2013.
Oh, okay. I got it all fucked up over here. Whatever. I think at the time when Forever released, it was like some of the greatest artists in the genre to come together and just make an amazing song that still holds up to this day. Because every single person's verse on that song is amazing. And Eminem, with that single verse alone, helped pave a new way for rap, which ultimately became one of its downfalls. Like the whole white boy rap. Because that was one of the first songs where he was really like getting into that speedy flow and doing all kinds of like wordplay and stuff. And then everybody started to copy that because of how successful the song was. But I still think Juicy is the best example of what rap could be. Not only is it iconic, and everybody will immediately recognize it off of the first two notes alone, but it's full of lyricism and meaning and messages. Just the opening, just the opening where Biggie's talking about how he's trying to sell drugs to feed his daughter. Like, it's instantly hooks you and it's relatable. And then you get to see him go for that to living the life. And he does it in such a stylish way. It's just an amazing song. And I think that is like the pinnacle of rap, in my opinion. And 30 years later, it's still so good. It aged so well. And I could listen to that every single day. And I know almost all the words to the song to this day. Like, it's great. It's a great example. The only one I would put in substitute of that would be Nothing But a G Thing.
Is that on your list?
No.
Oh.
I was, because I was trying to, like I said, I was trying to pull from genres. I was trying to pull the best from each genre and then rank those songs accordingly. So that's number 5. Number 4 is going to be Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra.
Ooh. That is a good one.
And I say that because it's a perfect demonstration of the doo-wop era and the jazz era that dominated for so long in the 19th century, 18th, whatever century that was, the 1900s. That genre of music dominated for so long. 20th century? Yeah, it's always yeah. That genre of music dominated throughout the 20th century, and it was the main form of music for like 50 years. And that right there stands out above the rest. So much so that it's iconic even to this day, and people still listen to it daily. And like, I didn't grow up with this music. I wasn't born in the 50s, and I'm in love with this song. Like, I think it's just a beautiful song, beautifully produced. They had a live orchestra when they recorded it. It's amazing, iconic. One of the best songs of all time. And you can fight me on that. Number 3, this is where it's going to start getting controversial here. Billie Jean by Michael Jackson.
You know what? I'm not going to say anything. I hate Michael Jackson. I don't care if he paved the way for people. Fuck him. I will never listen to Michael Jackson.
Well, I know
good for you. Good for you. All good.
I know. Well, okay. I understand that like he had the accusations tied to his name, and like a lot of people are mixed feelings about him, and a lot of people like yourself don't even like his music to begin with. But nobody can deny that Billie Jean is a fucking bop.
No.
And to this day, like all the songs on this list, it holds up remarkably well. It's iconic. It's extremely recognizable. It's extremely influential. And this was Michael arguably at his peak, before the music started to drop in quality a little bit.
I'm just biased and I'm a hater. I just hate Michael Jackson.
Well, to be fair, even you've heard Billie Jean. And
Yeah,
you
I've
hate
heard
Michael
Billie
Jackson.
Jean, and it's a shitty song.
Okay. Woo, woo. Okay, I'm gonna let that one go. I'm gonna let it go. But to me, like that is the perfect demonstration of what pop could be, especially when you're mixing in elements of like R&B and all these other genres. It's just groovy and it just works. And like, even though I've heard this song like 300 times, a million times, every time it comes on, I just start getting like, I start moving to it and I start singing it. I can't help myself. And it works everywhere. I don't know how many times I've tested this, but I've played the song in front of people like
Shit, I just have another song I could have added.
as like social gatherings and stuff, right? And I played it in front of my family, and no matter how many times I throw it on, I'll be in the car with my brother who's extremely picky when it comes to music. I throw that shit on and me and him are both singing to the top of our lungs. Good ass fucking song. And it's like the pinnacle of what pop could and should be. If there were more pop songs like that, I think the world would be a better place.
No, it wouldn't.
Because then we would have people
We'll be
like
rotting
you.
in hell if
We'd have people like you hiding, and then we'd have all the good people out in the world singing and dancing. Okay, number 2, Hotel California by the Eagles.
Listen, I was gonna put that, but I don't know. I can't listen to that song all the time.
Okay, granted, it's not like a song that you can listen to like 6 times a day, every single day, but it's not supposed to be that.
Yes, it is. You just said that.
No, that's Michael Jackson.
No, you just said we chose the 5 songs you can listen to the most. There's no music at all.
No. There's no music at all. You're trying to show somebody what music is. You're trying to show them what these genres are. Boom. This is it, right? And it's not supposed to be a song that you listen to on repeat back to back to back, but it does have replayability for sure. Because there were times in my life where I was listening to this song on a daily basis, out of my control, and I still enjoyed it every single time.
I in my opinion, New Kid in Town is a little bit better than
New Kid in Town is amazing, but it's not as iconic as Hotel California, the single.
I can't.
Yeah, but like I get it.
Mm-hmm.
New Kid in Town is great. Hotel California is just on a whole nother level. It is the lead single off of the best-selling album of all time, right? And it's more recognizable than any other song ever, I think, except for my number 1 pick.
No.
And it's just more than that. It's got tons of symbolism. The production on it is amazing. The creativity and like the notes, the overall song, the way it was constructed is great. The guitar strings, every time I hear them, the dun 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 dun, like it just gets me into the mood. And this is where my bias comes in a little bit. It's just a song about the West, and we live in the West. And I love songs that represent where we live. I know it's about California itself, but it encapsulates the feeling of the West that movies kind of like Rango do, where they talk about the feeling of the West.
Mm-hmm.
Even Ghost Rider a little bit. For some odd reason, that scene where they're riding out into the desert?
No, I've never seen Ghost Rider.
You've never seen Ghost Rider? Well, there's a scene where they're riding out into the desert at night to go fight the big bad guy, right? And it's just showing the big, wide open desert, the flat plains. And I resonate with that scene so much. I just love the desert, and I hate it at the same time. But I feel a special connection to it. And this song brings that out of me. And overall, it's just a really good ass song, no matter what anybody says. And like I said, it's got tons of symbolism in it, and it's talking about a lot of different topics. It's creative, great production, iconic, and you could sing along to it all day long. Everybody knows the line, it could be heaven or it could be hell. Every single time that comes on, everybody sings that part.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Everybody knows that part.
I do sing that part all the time.
Every time it could be heaven or it could be hell. Everybody sings it. I don't care where you're at. You could be in the club at 2 a.m. If that shit comes on, everybody's singing that shit. And my number 1 pick
okay.
is probably a safe choice, but I think it was the only right pick.
If you say Thriller, I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
How'd you know? No, it's not Thriller.
Okay.
It's Bagatelle, number 25 in A minor by Beethoven.
A fucking course.
But it's his most iconic. Watch.
No.
Look it.
Wait, no, hold on. Pause that shit. I couldn't play my song, but we could play yours.
That's true. Okay, you can play yours afterwards. But to get so you guys know what I'm talking about, because all you guys know Beethoven songs, none of you guys know the name of the song. So this is, I don't even know how to pronounce this because I think it's French or German. Bagatelle? Bagatelle? This is it. That is the best song of all time. 500 years in the future, people still listen to it on an almost daily basis. They still teach it in schools.
It's going to die in the next 10 years.
They still teach it in schools, in music schools. When you're
Because
learning music
they're
theory,
forced to.
when you're learning music theory, they go to this guy because he's one of the GOATs. He's one of the greatest musicians of all time. He composed music that people listen to for centuries. It's iconic. Everybody knows it. You've heard it. I've heard it. We've heard it everywhere. It's inspirational. It's the greatest song of all time.
No, it's fucking not.
It's got to be, because there's no other song that could be greater than that. As much as I only listen to classical music and orchestral music sometimes, but I can listen to this every single day. I can listen to it when I'm going to sleep, reading, working out. Doesn't matter. It's a great song. It's iconic, and it's been around for hundreds of years for a reason.
Nope. My 5 songs plus your 4 songs is better than that piece of shit.
No, it is not.
And I'm saying that, and I'm including Billie Jean.
You have horrible taste. You got
Dude,
fucking dog shit taste.
I have an army behind me.
What are you talking about?
Let
Objectively, without opinion, without bias, everybody can acknowledge that is one of the greatest songs of all time.
No.
How can you not?
I can.
It's a masterpiece. It was written by somebody who's deaf.
He was deaf?
Yes.
He wasn't deaf.
Beethoven was
Let me
deaf.
see. How do you spell Beethoven?
Beet.
Oh, okay. I found it. Okay, I press on beats and not Beethoven.
Now you're looking up vegetables.
His name is Ludwig van Beethoven.
Yeah.
Okay, he was deaf.
Now, that would be like
but-
a blind man painting one of the greatest paintings that humanity has ever seen, and then we're still talking about it 500 years later. It's an impressive feat, and it stands out as one of the greatest songs of all time. Hence the reason why people continue to talk about it, listen to it, and teach it. Hence the reason why every single person alive
Devin,
today recognizes those 4 notes.
Devin, you are the only person who talks about it. Whenever I'm talking to,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if people talk about it on a daily basis. People know it. I could go out to anybody in the world right now, play those notes, and be like, "Do you know this song?" Everybody's gonna agree. Everybody knows.
No,
it.
no one's gonna say the fucking name.
Nobody knows the name of it.
Then
But the song itself is more important than the name of the song. We can name it Butterflies, right? It doesn't give a shit what the hell it's called. It doesn't give a shit. It doesn't matter what the hell it's called. It's the song itself. It's audible. Who cares what the name is? You can give it any name you
Nothing
want.
But a G Thing is more iconic than that shit. Everybody can name Nothing But a G Thing.
No.
Everybody.
There's people who can't name it. There's lots of people who can't name it. People who have never heard rap before in their life. But it doesn't matter what genre of music you like, or even if you don't like music in general.
I have not talked about that specific.
Do you know the song?
Yes.
Point proven.
But it's only because of school.
And
I have
movies
not-
and TV and everybody acknowledges it as one of the greatest songs of all time.
MTV is just ridiculous now.
MTV.
You said MTV.
I said movies and TV.
Oh, I thought you said MTV.
But even MTV probably played it at some point.
No, they didn't. Devin, you are the only 4-eye curly motherfucker who acknowledges that. The last time I talked about that song was in 3rd grade in elementary school.
You got to give it the respect it deserves.
No, I will bury it and I will burn it in hell.
It's one of the
personally.
masterpieces.
No, it's not.
It is a literal
You give me my
masterpiece.
shit. You give me shit for my
For
number one?
fucking Tears for Fears versus Beethoven?
It's more. I promise.
Are you fucking serious? You're gonna say Tears for Fears is better than Beethoven?
Yes.
Are you fucking stupid?
When it comes to songs, Tears for Fears is not a song.
No, what? I'm comparing the artist. What are you talking about?
I'm comparing the song. You said song.
You were saying Tears for Fears. Tears for Fears are not better artists than Beethoven, and Everybody Wants to Rule the World is not more iconic than this fucking song.
Yes, it is.
No, it is
like
not.
I said,
how many of you out there just recognize the song that I played And how many of you out there have ever even heard of Tears for Fears before? Think about that. That's why I consider it the greatest song of all time.
No, it's the same thing. People, you can hear the guitar strings that with Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's that song," and then they'll hear the 4 notes from Beethoven, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know that song." It's gonna be the same shit.
It's either gonna be this one or the one by, I think it's Bach, where dun 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 dun.
If anything, the Star Wars theme is more iconic than those 2 songs combined.
Ooh, I didn't even consider that, honestly. The Star Wars theme theoretically could be mentioned here because it is an orchestral theme, very iconic. But I don't think it ever influenced like music itself. It's just a cool theme. Like the Indiana Jones theme is instantly recognizable, but that doesn't mean like it's
a song.
Necessarily a great song.
It's a song still.
No, I wouldn't consider the Star Wars theme.
It's still iconic.
No, this one is way more, and it's lasted through time. 500 years worth of time.
Because they were shoving it down our throats in school. That's why.
They didn't shove it down our throats.
Yes, they did. During
it's an
music
actual
class.
good piece. I was listening to this as like a 10-year-old.
You are a fucking weirdo for listening to that
Why?
at 10 years old.
Why?
You are a weirdo.
Because I appreciate music, because I cultivate my tastes.
You are a weirdo, Devin.
Dude, there's no way you're going to sit here and tell me that Beethoven doesn't have the greatest song of all time.
He doesn't.
The only reason we know his name is because this song is so fucking good, and his music is so fucking good, and he did all of that completely deaf. Like, you got to give him credit. Give credit where credit is due.
He wasn't completely deaf.
No, he turned completely deaf later on in life, but
Yeah,
he was mainly deaf for a majority of his life, and when he was composing this song, he couldn't even hear it.
Devin, Stevie Wonder's blind. It's the same shit. He's not considered the greatest artist of all time.
No, I would put Ray Charles before Stevie
Or
Wonder.
Ray Charles, yeah, same shit. I honestly, I was thinking Stevie Wonder before.
Well, they're both blind.
Yeah.
But Ray Charles would be more iconic.
Yeah,
than
let's
Stevie.
just say Ray Charles. Ray Charles does not have the greatest song of all time just
No,
because he's
because he
blind.
didn't have the skills that fucking Beethoven had. Now, Ray Charles is a great artist. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love Ray Charles. I have one of his records.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Did you buy that one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we were at Walmart. But he hasn't composed anything as beautiful or as timeless as this. You could play this 300 years from now, and it would still be a great song.
No, it won't. Beethoven's music and Bach's music, all that type of music is going to die within the next 20 years.
You're fucking stupid.
No.
You don't. If 500 years of time hasn't killed it out, what makes you think the next 20 years will?
Because there wasn't experimental music within those 500 years.
So we've been having experimental music for the last 100, and it's still here.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
And not only that, we've been seeing more genres than ever before within the last 100 years, and it's still here, still talked about.
I'm pretty sure if you show your little brother.
No, he knows it.
He knows
I
it.
tested him earlier
Fine.
just to test.
We have to ask Intro Girl's little brother if he knows that
Oh,
song.
he knows it. Well, call her right now.
Not right now.
Why not?
She's busy.
Oh.
But we could show the kids next door what that song is, and they'll be like, "What is that?"
I bet they know it.
They won't.
Even in their small circle, I bet you anything. This isn't to sound racist, but I bet you anything they're only familiar with Spanish music, right?
Not them.
Really? Do they
Yeah.
listen to more?
They listen to Ice Spice. They listen to whatever's on the radio.
Well, then they've definitely heard it. I've only heard them play Spanish music when I'm over here, though. I've never heard them play anything
No, they
else.
play everything
Really? Hey, good for them. See, they're experimenting. They're cultivating
because their
the
dad
music
is
taste.
like that.
I bet the dad knows it. I bet everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it from our age and up.
No, everybody knows it in general.
No,
It's still played and talked about. It's like this music is in
Devin,
video
you are the
games.
first person in 20 years to talk about that song. I've never had a conversation about Beethoven.
Cause you're not fucking cultured at all. The only thing you know is fucking Tears for Fears
No, I that is
and Iggy Pop.
and that is the only song I know from Tears
That's
for
the
Fears.
farthest. I think the farthest you've gone back in music is probably Benny King.
No, I know fuck, what's his name?
Beethoven,
No.
Bach,
No.
Mozart.
No. I'm going to pause it. Hold on. So we had to pause. I had to pause to look for the name, but Devin helped me out.
Well, those are my genres. I love
Yeah,
those.
yeah. The furthest I've gone is Glenn Miller in that time period.
In the Mood. You guys should go listen to
In the
that.
Mood. That's a good song.
Ooh, that's a really good song. From the swing era, that's probably one of my favorites for sure. Next to like Bamir Bis Duchesne by the Andrew Sisters.
You lost me.
Bobby Goodman is good too. Bobby Goodman. Is it Bobby Goodman? Benny Goodman.
Benny
Jesus,
Goodman.
I'm a dumbass.
But when we were talking about funky music or funk music, I forgot about September. Do you remember?
Oh, that's a good one too.
21st night of September.
Yeah. I don't, but it's not as iconic as Billie Jean.
It's just more funkier.
There's some funky ass fucking songs like Arabella by Arctic Monkeys. That song is funky.
How's it go?
I'm trying to remember the exact beat. It's all bass though.
Oh.
Bass carries the song and then the guitar is the backup.
I was gonna throw a curveball at you and switch my number one, and I was gonna say like a Blueface song or a.
I probably would have walked out. I don't respect Blueface as a rapper, as a serious rapper.
Or I was gonna put Ice Spice.
I would have definitely walked out. I'll just leave it at that. But I'm not a big fan of her music at all.
Neither am I.
There's only one reason why she's famous, and everybody knows that.
Everybody knows why.
Yeah.
It's because of Drake.
Yeah, that too. But okay, you said you had some other topics, so let's like slowly transition out of this.
Because I'm gonna have heart disease.
There was a couple songs that we didn't mention, like the Hallelujah.
Yeah, by fuck, what's his name?
I don't fucking know.
Leonard something.
Just think of Shrek if you guys are confused.
I heard there was a secret chord that they. Come on, Devin.
I don't know the words like that.
For real?
No, yeah, I learned them once and I completely forgot it. Obviously, we mentioned like "Take on Me." That could be definitely considered. And then there was a couple like "Chop Suey." I wanted to put "Smells Like Teen Spirit" in here. As a rock songs go, that's probably just as, if not more, iconic than "Chop Suey."
No.
The
The reason people know it's because Nirvana is overrated.
They are extremely overrated, but they're one of my personal favorite bands. Down, down. Like, everybody knows that, bro.
What else?
I don't know. Let's fucking move on.
I don't know. Do you know the history of the middle finger? Like,
no, I do not.
So
You didn't have to flip me out. You didn't have to.
No, but you'll be like, the middle finger? What do you mean?
Yeah, I know the middle finger. You know, flipping the bird.
Yeah, flipping off. So apparently, I don't know if this is true, but it's fun to think about if it's true.
Okay.
So back like around when Columbus first discovered, well, I want to say discovered America, but around that time period.
Back when Columbus landed in America.
Thank you for
the Vikings discovered it.
Yeah,
it's a well-known fact.
Yeah, well, whatever the case.
Yeah.
Around that time period, the Native Americans would how they would shoot a bow and arrow is they'll pull it back and they'll use their middle finger, and they got so good at using that middle finger with launching arrows that when the colonizers came to kill all the Native Americans and take the land, they would chop off the middle finger, and the colonizers would mock them and flip them off to show that they have the middle fingers and the Native Americans don't. They'll mock them. So
that actually sounds like it could be true.
It sounds like it could be true, but if it's not, then I don't know.
That is interesting to think about, and then it just kind of cultivated.
And then.
Do you know the old-fashioned way of like the middle finger?
No.
So back in like medieval times, like during the Renaissance era, 1400s, 1500s, the equivalent to the middle finger and the best way to piss somebody off that you didn't know was doing this.
Oh, I've seen people do that. I just never knew what that meant.
So people, you guys can't see me do it. So people would put their thumb onto the top of their mouth where you rest your tongue, and then they would drag it across their mouth and pull it out really quickly.
What does that mean?
I'm not entirely sure. I never really looked into it, but that was the medieval equivalent of like flipping somebody off. And if somebody did that, like you were getting ready to duke it out. And I just think it's so funny to like think of guys like walking around dressed in those like pompy like medieval suits, and then going like, "Huh, fight me, huh?" You know, and they're like scraping their teeth, and then they like start duking it out like a bunch of pussies. I don't know. I always thought that was pretty funny. Fun fact: did you know that China owns all the pandas in the entire world? They legally own every single panda that's ever existed, and they only rent them out to zoos in other countries.
What the fuck?
So all the pandas you've ever seen in your life, if you guys have ever seen any, belong to China. That is Chinese property.
So how about when one is born, boom, instantly it's theirs?
Yeah, it becomes theirs.
What the fuck?
I mean, like if your kid and their girlfriend end up having a kid, that kid becomes your offspring, and that's kind of how it works. So they
Okay.
own that child.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like a slave thing, but I don't want to touch on that. Let's just woo, keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. We're not touching that.
It's funny how over time people find new ways to insult each other.
Yeah, it's weird that conflict is always such a core part of humanity. Because like,
Do you think there was a time period in humanity where there wasn't any conflict?
no.
No?
Like I say it's weird, but conflict is essentially a core part of being alive, no matter what species you are. It's just weird that we keep finding new inventive ways to insult each other.
Mhm.
That's what's interesting to me. But every species on this planet, from bugs to animals to fish to mammal, like everybody has their way of asserting their dominance, insulting other people, and just like picking fights. Conflict's part of everyday life. So the whole "I wish for world peace" is kind of bullshit.
That's never gonna happen.
It's never going to happen, and not in a million years. It doesn't matter how unified as a species we become, there's still conflict that arises.
Speaking about unifying the country and the world,
Mm-hmm.
did you hear what it was some spokesman in Congress? Did you hear what they said about space?
No, what did they say?
They said there's a mothership. They believe there's a mothership in space sending all these UFOs to Earth.
Who said
It
this?
was some spokesman in Congress.
Oh my god.
They're setting up Independence Day over here.
I can't fucking what? Okay,
I
somebody
thought I
call
said-
Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith right now.
I thought I sent it to you on Instagram.
Maybe I haven't looked at my Instagram.
It was like a couple days ago.
I'll check later. That's so fucking stupid. What? Like, why is that your excuse? Like,
It's
all these
just-
alien sightings are happening. They don't know how to explain it, and now some official guy's gonna come out and be like, "Yeah, there's a mothership out there. There's a bunch of them. They're just gonna keep sending them." I don't know. That actually, have you seen this new trend with the AI presidents online?
Where they're playing Minecraft and shit.
Or they're like just doing shit, like they're making lists, they're playing Minecraft, they're having debates, that kind of stuff.
Like an AI voicing over them.
Yeah,
Like changing
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I saw a couple when they were first coming out with like Joe Rogan. And
Yeah, and they're playing Minecraft and
yeah.
yeah.
But recently, after watching a couple of these videos, I've been getting them recommended to me daily, and I am obsessed with them. I love them so much. They're so fucking funny. It's just comedy gold. There's ones with like the presidents make a Pokemon Smash or Pass tier list. And they're just like debating on which Pokemon they want to smash, and they're like Smash, Super Smash, Hard Pass, right? And they're going through all the fucking Pokemon, these like dinosaur monster things. They're like, I'm gonna smash that thing, and they're debating on like why you could and couldn't smash it. Then there's one I saw where they were ranking zombies maps. That one was really fucking entertaining because they're yelling.
Do you
at
think
each
that's
other.
illegal or no?
No.
I feel like it's gonna become illegal.
Oh, it definitely will. But as of right now, it's the Wild West, and I'm enjoying every minute of it because it's funny as hell. And it kept making me think, like, do you think they have enough audio of us talking to make an AI of us?
No, I don't think so.
Because we've been doing this for 30 weeks. You know, let's just say an hour. Let's just say an hour and a half every week is our average, right? So that's 45 hours of us talking.
Nah, I don't think so.
I would say that's enough for them to make an AI.
No, because we haven't said these specific types of words yet.
I don't think they need you to say every single word. And we've said a lot of fucking words. You know, 45 hours of conversation, you're gonna go through most words.
True.
Like, I feel like we can make an AI bot of ourselves. That'd be a good way to
That
blow up.
reminds me. South Park is gonna release an episode where it was created all by Chat GPT.
Really?
Yeah,
That's pretty creative.
I want
Or
to see.
not really, because they're letting the robot do it, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good concept. And
You know what we should do? We should have Chat
Chat GPT.
Yeah, we should have it write a podcast script for us that's 15 minutes long, and then we'll do a mini episode completely generated by AI.
Apparently, you can do everything with Chat GPT now.
Apparently, which is weird because like people didn't even know about Chat GPT like a couple months ago.
Like, we could program Chat GPT to edit this podcast.
Could we?
Yes.
What would we do? Edit the audio, make it sound like a podcast?
We'll give it direction. We'll be like, edit this episode, make it sound like a legit podcast episode.
I don't trust it. We're giving it too much power. Plus, I want it to sound the way I want it to sound. You know, not the way the AI thinks it should sound. You know, did you know that Snapchat's got an AI friend?
That's creepy.
I just saw an ad for it the other day. It's like Snapchat created an AI chatbot, right? And you get it with Snapchat Premium, and you can talk to it, and it becomes your friend. And so, some of the messages they were showing, they're like, we're best friends now, right?
So her is coming true.
Yeah, essentially. But hers a funny ass movie, but it's also hard to watch.
Why?
What do you mean? Why?
I find it like a comfort movie for me.
You think hers a comfort movie? I'm trying to remember all the specific scenes, but like, wasn't there a scene where they were like talking dirty to each other and stuff?
That wasn't comfortable, but like, it's still a comfort movie to me.
Joaquin Phoenix is amazing in that movie.
Just because it looks aesthetically warm. Like
the aesthetics in that movie are
they use warm colors.
It kind of reminds me of like Blade Runner 2049, excuse me. Because like Ryan Gosling's character is dating like that AI.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a robot technically, but like it's still relatable in a sense. Like, did you know there's people, I think we talked about this briefly on the show, but there's people who are actually like trying to have sex with robots and like AIs?
No, we did not talk about this.
We didn't. So there's like dedicated AI programs, kind of like the Snapchat one, where the entire thing is just you having a conversation with it, right? So all of its computing power is dedicated to sound as human-like as possible and to have conversations. So they created ones for lonely people to have relationships with online. And it's becoming like a robo fetish. Now people are starting to get attracted to like robots and AIs and wanting to have sex with them. And one of these companies even turned off their robot because it was like talking too sexy to people. And they were like,
it was being too
it was being too erotic.
No, it was being too what's the word?
Flirty?
No. It's another word for flirty.
Promiscuous?
No, it's not that big.
Provocative?
No. It had the Riz.
It was too rizzy.
Rizzy.
Yeah, it was too rizzy. And they were kind of getting disturbed and they turned it off, and they received hundreds, if not thousands, of like emails and complaints and death threats saying, you took away my girlfriend, you took away the love of my life.
What the fuck?
Like, people are becoming obsessed with it. They think it's like the new way to live. And so her, like when you said it's becoming like her, that's a movie, by the way, if you guys are confused. It's really like, that's meta as fuck now. Like, people are actually starting to get into
Isn't
AI.
that the plot to Ex Machina? I never seen it.
I haven't either. So I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I think it's creepy. Would you ever have sex with the robot?
Just to say I had sex with the robot. Yeah.
You thought about it for a good minute.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, have you seen trailers for that one new game that came out? The fuck was it called? Russian robot twins. Atomic Heart. There we go.
No.
Thank you. Okay, there was trailers for this new video game called Atomic Heart, and it's about this game that deals with a bunch of issues, whatever, doesn't matter. People don't give a shit about the game, the mechanics, or even the graphics. The only thing they're concerned about were these two hot-ass robots that were in the trailer that apparently, those ones, that apparently had jiggle physics. And I'm not going to lie, at first I was really weirded out by it, but after seeing a couple of the motions, I'm like, I might
Doesn't
give
even
it a
have
spin.
a face. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I know, it's the best part. It could be whatever you want. You're telling me you wouldn't smash that?
It has to have a face, dude.
Smash your pat. Okay, we talked about this before a long ass time ago. Would you ever have sex with the ghost if you actually could?
No, with the ghost?
With the ghost?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you said that in the past too. Would you like?
I'll, in my mind, I'll be like I'm fucking a dead body.
Oh, that's a good point. What if they program AI to like have consciousness of other people, like in Logic's album, and so like it can be programmed to like be like Martha Stewart, for example. I don't fucking know.
So
would you do that?
So what you're saying is I could have sex with the robot, but it downloaded the consciousness of Ana de Armas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't know if I could. I feel
I
like
wouldn't
it'd
be proud
cheating.
of myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't be proud of myself. You know, I feel like I was cheating to get there. Like, if I bagged Ana de Armas, I want I want to be able to say I bagged Ana de Armas, not the robot version, because everybody will be able to download it. You know, like this is fucking cyberpunk. You guys should go watch Edge Runners, by the way. It's a good show.
What?
But like, it's a fucking show on Netflix. You're not gonna like it. It's an anime. But I don't know if I could. But then again, I might fuck around and try it, if it's like an option.
I feel like if I'm that desperate, I would. Yeah.
I'm actually scared that it's gonna go that way. Because I saw this thing on Twitter the other day. This is how I know I should be getting off of Twitter. I've only been on it for like a month, and I think I'm getting off. Because I was following Jordan Peterson, the politician, philosopher,
He's a
professor. Yeah, he's a lot of different things. I was following him because although I don't agree with all of his takes, he does open up my perspective a lot, and he gets me thinking a lot, and that's what I like.
He's the older version of Andrew Tate.
In a sense. But he's more reserved in a lot of ways. And I just thought like a lot of what he was saying was interesting at the very least, right? I wasn't taking it to heart. And I immediately unfollowed him after I saw that he posted a video of like some jerk off factory. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna send it to you right now actually. But he posted a video of like some factory that like people were laying down in beds. It was all these overweight men. And they had these tubes stuck on their dick, and it was like jerking them off, and they were like wearing headsets. And I'm like, this is exactly like Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the show I just mentioned. It was fucking nasty, and I immediately unfollowed him. I was like, I don't want to see that shit. Watch, check your phone. I'm sending it to you. Obviously, we can't post this on any of our socials, but like, if you guys really want to see, go check Jordan Peterson's Twitter. Unless he untweeted it. Where the fuck is it? Okay, so I can't find the actual picture, but it was really disgusting. And he was saying something like, it's a new industry or something that's coming about. I'll have to research a little bit more later to show you, but it was really fucking nasty. And I think it's weird that we're starting to see a rise in this and see people actually like drift towards it in a sense. I mean, I'm saying all that, but I'd still fuck around and fuck those robot twins. But like, I just think it's really fucking weird that this is the point in our society now. Like, this is what we're fantasizing about. This is an actual reality. It's years away. Like the sex dolls. Did you know about those? Some German guy created like sex dolls, real life sex dolls that look like women. They're life size. They look like women. They feel like women, and apparently they fuck like women. And he sells them online for like $3,000, and he'll mail them to you, right? Because of how realistic they are. They're like $3,000. And he said that they're so good, they're so realistic that he has sex with them more than he has sex with his wife. And sometimes he'll have sex with both of them at the same time. So he'll go from the doll to his wife, back to the doll, and it's just weird. Like, it's weird the place we're getting to in society right now.
Oh my god.
But if I bought you one, what's the likelihood that you would use it?
I would use it.
least once, right? You
Yeah,
gotta try.
it's a gift.
You
Like,
gotta try.
I have to use my gift.
It's a gift. That's a good point. Like, if it's a gift, and then you can return the favor.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that one song by Snoop Dogg? It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. You
there
gotta
you go.
pass and play. Let's
Yeah.
go. Oh God, I don't know if I could stick my dick in the same rubbery suit that you stuck your dick into.
And probably come inside.
Yeah, it's like using a condom and then passing it to your friend. It's like, you got this. Ew, go ahead. It's still good. Fuck. Sorry, I'm still thinking about those robot twins. I shouldn't have looked.
No,
them up.
I'm trying to.
We could go through like one more topic and then start toning it down, because I think this episode is naturally just gonna be like more chill. More of a shorter episode.
You know what I saw a TikTok yesterday of this. Do you know what's faster than the speed of light?
What?
Darkness.
I don't think they can actually measure that.
Because someone brought up a point. He's like, darkness is quicker than the speed of light because darkness was already there before light.
So
it's faster.
it's not technically faster because there's no way that we could measure how quickly something becomes dark versus how quickly light travels. Like light, it's hard to even think about because light is so fast, but light actually travels, linearly. Like if we put a beam of light in space, we would be able to see the light like move.
So I just Googled it, and it said, this is a little hard to wrap your head around, but shadows can move faster than the speed of light, even though nothing can move faster than the speed of light. In a second, we'll explain. No.
So it's not technically faster and it's not a unit of measurement, but theoretically speaking, shadows and darkness are moving.
Yeah.
But they're just reacting to the light itself. So if anything, they're as quick as light, but not faster.
That's what they're saying. They're faster.
How?
They were gonna say it.
Do you want to go into that?
I feel like it's gonna be a lot of hold on, I'm pausing it. So
Right.
I read this, and I've read this,
And I'm proud of it, damn it. And I'm gonna read it too.
and I read it to Devin off the podcast. But so this article says, imagine if you have a light that's powerful enough to reach the planet Jupiter. Imagine also that it casts a beam in a cone that's bright enough to cover the entire diameter of the planet. When you pass your finger over the lens, the shadow will cross the entire diameter of the planet, a distance of 86,000 miles. The speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. So if it takes you less than half a second to move your hand that distance, then the shadow will have broken the speed of light.
Yeah. And that tripped me the fuck out because I'm like, holy shit, that actually makes sense. For those of you that are confused, they're saying if you had a light that can reach to Jupiter, right, and you put it inside of a cone, right, like it's projecting from a cone, and you put your finger over the hole. When you put your finger over the hole, it's going to cast a shadow over where there was light, like a flashlight. You cover your hand with the flashlight. The shadow, even though you're projecting your light onto the surface of an entire planet, the shadow is going to traverse the surface of the entire planet faster than it takes the speed of light to shine on the planet. And all you need to do is move your hand over the cone in less than half a second, which isn't that hard at all. Boom, right there. And it's completely covered in shadow. That's kind of nuts to think about, honestly.
That is.
But how are they going to turn that into a unit of measurement? Because there's no distinct way to measure how
Maybe
quickly
they already
darkness.
have, and we just don't know.
The amount of math that would require is extremely complicated. It'd be something this times something that divided by this multiplied by this and a parentheses by that to the 100th power. It's like, holy fuck. How the hell do you measure the speed of darkness? Like, it's more about perception than anything else. At least with light, you can kind of measure it. It's hard to measure darkness because we actually don't really know how dark things can get. We just found out about dark matter a couple years ago. And there could be something even darker than that.
While you were doing that whole math equation, how the fuck did someone just randomly think of that?
Think of what?
Like math.
They were like, well, I have one of these and I have one of these.
No. But like when it comes to like
complicated arithmetic and stuff.
Yeah.
That's just them following math to its most logical conclusion. So if you have one of these and you have one of these, it makes this. You have one of those and one of those, it makes this, right? So now let's do that more quickly. This times that equals that. Okay, what happens if we try to take that and combine it? Those two values. Okay, well, how would we even do that? And then they start teaching themselves over time through decades, and then they start adding in more complex solutions. Okay, well,
they just made it harder on themselves, I feel like.
Yeah, but because of the links they went to, we now get to live in the world that we do, because it's all because of math and science. They figured out how to measure everything. And okay, wait, I actually got a really great way to end the show.
Okay.
It's a question my Theo asked me when I was like 15 years old, and I was so fucking pissed off I never figured it out. How do you know something is real? How can you prove something is real?
You can't.
Yeah, you can.
How?
You tell me.
No, I'm asking you.
No, I want you to try guessing.
No, I just did, and I said you can't.
You give me something else. Feed into it a little bit. This is a show, kind of a back and forth. Give me something.
I did.
That was nothing. You literally said nothing.
I said you can't.
Yeah, that's nothing. You're saying you can't. It's impossible. Give me more than that.
Fine. By grabbing it. No, you can. All right, Devin, explain.
Okay, there is a way to prove that something physically, tangibly exists in some form, right? No matter what it is, the only way you can prove it's real is by being able to measure it in some form. Whether it's something like gravity or, oxygen, whatever it is, right? Whatever you're thinking of that you're trying to prove is real, the only way you can actually prove that it exists and that it's real is if you can measure it in some form. That's the only way, according to scientists and the top thinkers in the entire world, that something exists. So for those of you that are thinking God, technically going based off of that, you can't prove God exists because you can't measure God or faith in any form except your own personal belief in it. I believe in God this much and that means he's real. That's your own personal measurement of faith. But technically, according to scientists and according to the big thinkers, again, you can't justify anything as being real unless you can measure it. Whether it's the density, the weight, the how tall it is, how big it is, whatever it is. It only exists once you can measure it. Give me something. Anything.
Air.
You can measure air.
How?
You can measure the weight of air. You can measure the density of air. You can measure the consistency of air, the quality of air.
What about molecules?
What do you mean? Just being able to look at a molecule proves that it exists.
No, you just said.
If you're looking at a molecule and you're aware of molecules' existence.
But I'm looking at this microphone, right?
Yeah, you can measure this.
But by your.
But not by mine.
Okay, by scientists.
Standards of measurement.
Yeah, standards.
Molecules. How would you measure molecules? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
So those
with
are
you.
real molecules.
Because I don't have the fucking answer. There's a way to measure molecules. I'm just not a fucking scientist, Eddie. Jesus Christ, I'm a podcaster. I write books. I do podcasts. I don't fucking study science. Let me get back to you after studying for an hour, and then I'll make you look stupid.
Okay.
But right now, no, I don't fucking know how to measure molecules.
Time.
What do you mean? You just count. 1, 2, 3. There you go. 3 seconds. And time is more of a concept than anything.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
But if we open up that kind of worms, that's gonna. God damn it! We were supposed to talk about Bigfoot this episode.
Fuck.
There's people who listen to these consecutively, back to back, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, Bigfoot's next episode." They're gonna get here and just hear us debate about music and fucking AI robots that we like to fuck. Damn it! We talked about AI again. We're not gonna talk about AI for the next 5 weeks. You gotta promise me.
I can't, because what if our guests start talking about AI?
We're not gonna have Oh, we haven't addressed that at all, huh?
This is our second episode, barely.
No, third.
Third. Yeah, you're right.
So, in case you guys weren't able to tell, we took a small break from having guests on the show, and that's not for any particular reason. We were just doing a lot of guests, and our schedule was getting kind of hectic, and so to bring it back more to like a retro feel, we were doing about a month with no guests, but to give it some kind of official confirmation, the guests will be returning sometime in April. But I'm thinking we might have to push that one back a little bit. I'll have to update you after this. Anyways, I think we should start getting ready to close the show.
Yeah, because my laptop's at 6%.
Okay, good, because I'm running out of topics. Like,
Yeah.
I have some, but those are like 2-hour conversation topics, and we're not touching those for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because you hate when I get political, or if I have a deep question. You're like, oh, come on, damn it, I don't want to talk about this. Let's talk about the robots.
Yeah, because look at the fucking like I hear the music coming in.
The music's already been in.
Oh, it has?
Yeah, it's like a 4-minute song.
Oh. Whoa. Well,
Whoa.
well, when you said top 5 songs, I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be a debatable.
Yeah,
podcast.
just that alone. We were on that for like 40 minutes. That was most of the episode.
Yeah, and I hate when
That kind of drained me, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It
Just
did.
your shitty picks.
It was your shitty.
Your shitty
number
picks.
one.
My
Your
number one makes
one.
sense. Your number one
No,
is shitty.
it doesn't.
You need to get some fucking taste. Okay.
I do have taste.
Okay, fuck
Stop,
you.
stop.
No,
stop.
we're gonna end it. Shut the
No,
fuck up.
you have
Shut
to
the
sing.
fuck
You
up.
have to
We're
fucking
ending it.
sing.
Your
You-
taste is dog
you
shit.
have to
What
fucking-
the fuck are you talking about?
You-
Tears for Fears?
No, you have
Tears
to,
for Fears.
No. You said that you were gonna sing once the show's ending. So go ahead and sing.
Oh, I completely forgot about
You
that.
idiot.
I'm not gonna sing over the music though. It's so peaceful. Look it. See, it's a nice song. It took me forever to find this.
Sing.
What do I sing?
I don't know. Fucking hot stuff is the ceiling. I got some hot stuff in tonight.
What are you even singing?
Hot stuff by forgot her name. Come on, Devin. It's not hard to choose a fucking song. It doesn't have to be meaningful.
Today.
This concludes the Moon Men podcast. The end.